The long and awaited Fuji X100 Mark VI is finally out, and we've got our hands on one. No, we didn't get this from Fujifilm. We earned this with our hard-earned cash, and we're gonna take this out for a spin, get some test shots, show you guys how it feels in the wild, and walk you through our first impressions of this new camera. One of the biggest additions of this camera is IBIS. And a big reason to have IBIS in a photo camera is if I'm trying to get a shutter drag and I want to drop this to, say, shutter speed of 1/5, for some of the older models, even if I was standing as still as possible, shooting something that was not moving, trying to get something that was passing by to get a good full shutter drag, even the thing that was stationary was blurry, out of focus because of the lack of IBIS. And anytime you drop your shutter speed, it's just difficult for a camera without IBIS to keep up. So having this camera with IBIS is gonna be a huge plus in getting some really cool shutter drags and shots that have a lower shutter speed. Another great feature of the Fuji X100 Mark VI is the new and improved autofocus, especially the subject detection modes where you can select tracking a bird, a plane, a bike, all kinds of stuff. For me, I'm usually leaning towards picking the animal subject detection because I have a crazy dog that we throw frisbee and ball, and I'm trying to track her. And with some of the older models, it was a little tough. And with this new X100 Mark VI, the autofocus is snappy, it's fast, and it locks onto fast moving subjects. So this allows you to not only bring this on street photography where things are a little bit slower, but even some fast, maybe, dare I say, sports photography where things are moving quite quickly. And especially if you're taking family photos, you got young kids, they're moving really fast. This is a great camera for that with the new and improved autofocus features. So after taking the new Fuji X100 Mark VI out for a little stroll, here are my initial thoughts. Man, this camera is amazing. It takes great images, it looks cool, it feels good in the hands. I was able to switch settings really fast. If I wanted to go to a shutter drag, I was able to do that with just, a click of a dial, literally. And everything felt compact and smooth. I was even approaching people and getting portraits of them. And I felt like because of the size of the camera, it was less intimidating. They didn't feel like, oh wait, let me go get makeup on or everything. It looks like a toy. So maybe they're like, it probably dispose that camera after he shot, so it won't even be a big deal. And the improvements, like I mentioned in this video, of the autofocus, the addition of IBIS really sets this camera apart from the original X100 series cameras, and I definitely think you should pick this one up. Another reason why we wanted to upgrade to the X100 Mark VI may surprise some of you guys, but it's actually the video features. I'm not gonna talk about the video features in this specific video, that'll be down the line, but that's one of the reasons with that 6.2K, 24 frames. It's definitely something that you guys should keep an eye out for. And in a future video, we're gonna do a thorough review on the video specs of the X100 Mark VI, so keep an eye out. Guys, it's not a full review without showing you guys the editing part of the process. It's not just about shooting, it's also about editing. So I wanna give you my first initial thoughts on how I felt the editing process went. Beautiful, it was so smooth. The highlight recovery, the amazing images just straight out of camera. I mean, these photos are beautiful. The 40 megapixels doesn't hurt either. To be able to reframe and crop whenever I need to. Just the overall experience from shooting with the camera to editing these photos. It's such a fun and creative driven process, and man, I cannot recommend this camera enough. Fuji X100 Mark VI, from the shooting to the editing process, is a really fun experience. Go out there, check it out. You guys are gonna have a ton of fun, and I recommend this camera to anyone. Like, this is for any creative that wants to take this camera out to travel, to take family photos, to shoot your kids, to shoot your dogs, and 100% professional gigs, portrait shoots, engagements, weddings, whatever it is. This camera can hang with the best of them. And I guarantee you, if you take this to a wedding or a professional gig, somebody's gonna look at you like, man, this guy ain't got nothing. You got the assistant photographer at a wedding having a bigger camera than you, but yet your photos are bangers, they're slapping. And so don't worry about what people think. I think this camera is gonna be your next best friend. We'll drop a link in the description down below for you guys to pick this camera up. Appreciate you guys for watching this video. Drop a comment below if you guys are thinking of picking this camera up. We'll leave a link in the description down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.